These are difficult financial times, and reducing store shrink to recover lost profits has never been more important. In fact, proactively reducing store shrink is likely to be your most direct route to real profit improvement, competitive advantage, and survival. This information-packed video series by Larry Miller is entitled The Total Store Manager. Larry is the recognized loss prevention authority, and in this series, he will reveal to you a wealth of valuable tips and techniques that you can start using now to reduce and even eliminate the shrink losses that are robbing your bottom line. Don't miss any of the 14 segments that will be presented right here. Then plan to bring Larry in for a live, upbeat, and highly productive store manager training workshop at your company. Number 1. In this brief introduction, Larry will reveal what causes over 50% of the shrink that's robbing your profits. Most of you will be truly surprised by the facts disclosed here. Check it out.
The National Supermarket Shrink Survey says that 2.76% of your retail sales go down the drain to shrink every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. That shrink is divided up in 32% being cashier caused, 24% being general employee caused, only 21% being shoplifter caused, and the rest of it being divided up by receiving and accounting and pricing and other operating errors. It doesn't really matter whether we argue those numbers in any different direction. This is a 5-year trend chart, and the 5 years has not altered more than 10% across the 5 years. So it can be 5 or 10% up or down. I don't really care. It's not the debate. You know the biggest debate? 50% of your shrink is caused by people in your stores. People on your payroll. People that need to be better trained, to better execute, to better think, and better understand that shrink is the difference between the retail value of product received and the amount received for that product at the time of its sale. And every single employee in the organization has to have the mandate to protect that profit. So managers, I want you to make your first note of the day, I need to start talking shrink. I need to be able to see shrink every single day. I need to be able to communicate shrink every single day. Now, how you do that cannot be left to chance, because once you know what causes shrink, you need to understand better where shrink is in your stores. Shrink typically is thought of most aggressively in the grocery department because it's the biggest department by percentage of sales, and it used to drive the most shrink. But about 6 years ago, 7 years ago now, the trend started to change. Perishables started to dominate stores. Perishable sales started to overtake grocery as a combined departmental mix and cut out or percentage of sales or sales contribution. Perishables started to take over. So as sales grew in the perishable departments, so did shrink. Because we didn't have systems in place to collaborate effectively and reduce that shrink as we grew the sales. Because the old adage is pile it high and watch it fly. Sales cover a multitude of sins. Right? I've heard it all before. So, and many of you have said it all before. What we're going to talk about today is how to drive that shrink down, make more profit in those key departments that drive the fresh and friendly concept. That's what's urgent. Drive the fresh and friendly concept. We drive sales up. We drive shrink down. We make happier customers. Our sales go up. Our shrink goes down. Our sales go up. Our shrink go down. That's what works in every market. But you, in New Jersey, have the unique challenge of having an extremely intense competitive market. And as independent operators, you can win this battle. All you have to do is to decide that you want to win this battle. And start, as I said before, to change your mindset. So we know where shrink is, what its causes are. We know exactly what departments it's manifesting in and how. Now we have to start measuring it and understanding it at a different level from an execution standpoint. So if we're going to be customer-centric, if we're going to drive sales, if we're going to drive profit, we first have to focus on perishables. It's the first place we have to focus in 2009. Then store managers, it's time to step up to the plate in a whole new way. And remember I said that does not mean work more. It really means work less, but work much smarter. right? So that's very urgent. Then we have to know and demand the best practices, and we're going to talk about the best practices. They are written. They've been written for a number of years. The books are available on Supermarket Best Practices from a number of different sources. So make sure that in your stores you know what the best practices are before and after this session.